That was an
You were in the middle?
I meant in the middle as far as I couldn't get out of the room.
Were you playing tennis?
I was just like, is this really happening in front of me?
Why are we having
Like, I really just kind of want to go. It was so bizarre and so rude, and I couldn't believe the explosive feelings and the thing that how high in tone it was getting with both of them.
Yeah.
It's time for the calm and the crazy train. Even when they disagree, besties they remain. So buckle up, grab a coffee, a smoothie or a beer. Jax Stapleton Unfiltered is finally here. Coming to you from 1224 in 3. Coming to you in 2. Coming in unfiltered in 1. Not so straight, always real raw fun. Coming to you from Studio 1224. Unfiltered has begun. Unfiltered has begun.
Cut! Ron. What's up?
Hey there. Welcome back.
Welcome.
I'm Jax, and this is my partner, Stapleton.
What you got for us today?
Hey, so just thinking about situations. What is the most awkward situation in public that you've ever experienced?
Awkward situation in public that I experienced.
Awkward, or, yeah, weird, funny, like something that happened to you in public.
Oh, and it happened to me?
Yeah, just anything. Embarrassing moments.
I don't know. In public, I really couldn't tell you.
Or that you said something to somebody.
I think if you tell me if you have an experience, maybe something will pop in. Do you have anything that has that you've been?
I've had so many embarrassing.
Did you
moments.
pee your pants? What ended up happening?
The other day. Yeah.
Oh, recent.
Recently, yes. So the other day I was in Dillon's, and this gentleman that was working came up to me. He was probably, might have been in high school, and he was just in the best mood ever. And he's like, "Hey, how are you doing?" I'm like, "Great, how are you?" And it was like he just wanted to talk, and he's like, he goes, "I'm just having a great day." And I was like, "I love to hear that." And I said, "Anything special going on?" And he goes, "Well, I'm going on my second date with this girl." And I was like, "That's awesome." I said, what are you guys doing?" And he goes, it was Valentine's Day. And he goes, I said, "Are you doing something tonight with her?" And he goes, "No, I'd work until 10. And I was like, "Okay, well, you don't have to celebrate tonight." I said, "Are you going to, take her out tomorrow?" And he goes, "Yeah, we're going to go out I think I'm going to take her out to dinner tomorrow and just have this real nice time." And he goes, "The coolest part is I've already met her father." And I was like, first, second date, meeting family. I said, that's a good, and I was just trying to boost his ego.
Was he young?
He was, I would say he was probably anywhere from probably 16 to 19.
Okay, so
area.
meeting the dad was good for that age.
And
so, yeah.
He was kind of, you could just tell he probably didn't have a lot of friends. And so, but he was really just so excited about it. And I go, "Well, I said, you need to, treat her good, give her some respect." And I said, "Make her feel like she is the number one in your life." And he goes, "Oh, I plan to." And he goes, "I'm just so excited, and I really like this girl." And I said, "You know what? Next time I come back, I'm going to ask you about it. So I want to hear all about how it went." So, he was just over the moon. Super cute. And obviously didn't have anybody to share it with, so he wanted to share it with me, this stranger. I must have like talked to me on my forehead that day, and which is fine. Love it.
do every day.
And so so I left. I was like, I was happy for him, and I was like, I'm going to remember his face, and I'm going to ask him about it. So weeks go by. I'm in Dillon's again. I'm my food sickles that I'm addicted to right now, and I see him, and he acted like he didn't like notice, like recognize me, and I'm like, we had this major conversation, and it just felt weird.
Okay.
And so I was like, well,
what
not cool.
made it feel weird?
He just like I made eye contact with him, and I was like, hey, hi, and he's like, hi, and I know he was working, but he wasn't busy, wasn't real busy, and it just felt weird, like he totally forgot who I was, and maybe he did. I don't know, but I was like, I'm gonna talk to him and see how his date went, because I was kind of curious. He was so excited. I was like, so I said, how did your date go with your girl? And he kind of looked at me, and he was like, it didn't happen. And I was like, I said, I talked to you on Valentine's Day, and you were supposed to go out with her. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, it didn't happen. And I felt so bad. Like, I don't know what happened, but I could have punched him in the face, and he probably would have felt better.
That is awkward.
I did not know what to do, and I was like, oh, and then it was like he didn't want to talk to me because he didn't want me to ask how it went, because obviously something went south and it wasn't him.
He was 16.
But I was like, oh my God. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God. In the back of my head, I'm like, you should have just walked out and not said a freaking word to this kid. And now you're bringing up this sore subject that he's obviously upset about. And now I'm cooking him when he's down. And I was like, okay. I said, well, I hope things get better for you. I could have got out of that store quicker. I felt so bad for him because he was just so excited. And then it's just like, I should have just read the room a little bit better. Mm-hmm. But I was like, well, gosh darn it, we had a great conversation, And we both
there was serious crickets. Dude.
Yeah, it was bad.
Bet you probably did feel a little awkward.
I felt horrible, and anyway, I walked out and I was just like, why did I say that? Why didn't I?
It's okay. You wouldn't have known.
No, and if it would have went well, it would have been a whole different situation.
Sure.
But since it didn't go well, no wonder he was trying to avoid me. But it was bad.
I think he was trying to avoid you. You figured out you were a lesbian.
He probably was trying to see if I could be his cougar. Because I was, he's probably like, this chick's hot.
He's 16.
I don't know how old he was, but yeah.
I bet he was 16.
He was, and I saw him again when I went back in. Mm-hmm. And I didn't say a word to him. I didn't even say hi. I was just like,
oh my God, you guys are going to have this awkward relationship now.
Yeah.
It's not even a relationship.
No, it was just,
She's not going to go into the store when he's working.
No.
He's going to hide in the back.
God, yeah. I felt so bad, so bad.
It's that. The green.
Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. So we were trying to figure out why Luke had green on her glasses, and we were doing lighting, trying to figure out, is it?
It isn't.
It isn't.
It's weird.
So anyways, we don't know what.
That is so weird.
It was horrible. It was horrible. It was a horrible
What
experience.
Other situations have you been in? I'm trying to think of awkward conversations that I've had like that, but typically I don't want to know anybody's business because I just want to get the fuck out in a way.
But haven't you had situations where you're just like, I shouldn't have fucking said that?
I think in my life I've definitely have had that. I shouldn't have said that moment.
Or you've done something.
I probably wouldn't be single if I watched my mouth back then. But no. Yeah, that is odd.
Have you ever tripped in front of somebody, or like, oh, I hope nobody saw that, or
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Especially like if I were to trip in front of somebody like you would make a huge deal out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you enjoy your trip?
I remember, it always rains in Oregon, and I remember one time in high school, I had to run into the locker room. I went to the bus, and I forgot something or whatever, but I ran into the gym, and it was in Pleasant Hill, and there was a bunch of people right there by the door, and when I went in, I slipped and fell and landed on my back. And when I looked up, it was like they were all just staring down at me. And I was just like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, I'm okay.
Look, both hands, I'm good.
Look at me. God. Or the time we were in old Chicago and we were sitting having dinner with Sherry. She was there, and who else were we with? Oh, you don't remember this. But we had a couple drinks, and I was like, don't worry about, was it Nugs? Maybe?
Maybe.
But I stood up on the bench deal on our table, and I said, don't move. I got this, and I jumped off. Do you remember this?
God, it's barely
and I
coming back.
fell, like I landed, my feet did not, I did not land on my feet, I landed on my back. You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
Oh my God, I was so embarrassed. It was in old Chicago, and I'm like, no, and I laid there for a minute, and I hopped up, and I'm like, I'm okay. You don't remember that?
I don't know why I don't
Oh my
remember
gosh,
that.
I can remember it like it was yesterday, because I was like, no, don't move, I got this, and then I just jumped, and it just was so much further, because we were up a little bit higher. I cannot believe you can't remember that.
I know. That was a long time ago, dude.
Yeah, that was like 14 years ago.
I know. That was It's got to be even longer, probably. It's got to be a little bit longer.
I did.
Than that.
I bit it, and I was just like, oh my God, did that just really happen to me? And I jumped up. I was like, I'm good.
Okay. Let's see both hands. Good. Yeah. Have you ever been in an awkward situation where it happened to somebody else?
Do you get just as embarrassed for somebody if something like that happens to them? I do too.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to watch, but I'm like, you watch, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm so, and then it's like, and my thing is, like, sometimes when I'm uncomfortable, I laugh, or when somebody falls, it is pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh shit, I should see if they're okay.
Yeah. I think in situations that I get into is like maybe somebody is saying something, like whomever I'm with is saying something very awkward, and it makes me feel very awkward.
Yeah.
Like, did they just yell at that person?
Yeah.
Kind of thing, or something like that.
Was they rude? Inappropriate, like,
yeah.
Like, oh my God. And then and your first instinct is to look away. Like,
yeah,
they know you're
I feel
there.
like fucking embarrassed. Like, I wasn't part of that.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh my God, did you really just say that out loud? I'm going to act like I didn't hear that.
Or, if you're in a situation like this is kind of opposite. Like I was like ordering something from a drive-through, and I said please and thank you and whatever. But if I don't say please and thank you, I get adjusted by the person next to me saying you didn't say thank you.
But you always say.
But I'm always I always
very
do.
Polite
I'm very polite to people. I respect people who are serving me and whatever. But when someone throws you off, like. And then you have to fucking go back and rethink about it. Like, how was I? Was I really blah, blah, blah? And you know what your personality is, right? That is what I hate that. Don't correct me.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm good to people.
Yeah.
Dude, just the other day, no kidding. I went through a drive-through to pick up an iced tea. And I saw it was cold out, and it was during my lunch, and I was just craving an iced tea coming back. I had dropped some returns off at Kohl's, and I grabbed an iced tea, and I saw this guy. He was freezing. He was an older man, and you could tell he was freezing, and he was sitting kind of like by like the electrical box of some sort.
Was he homeless?
Trying to keep a little warm, I guess, maybe. And after I went through the drive-thru, I went back out, or came back in, and I rolled down my window and I gave him a 20.
Oh.
Told him to go get something warm to eat.
Uh-huh.
So
Did that...
he was very grateful. You can always tell, in my opinion, you can tell those that take advantage of it and those that really are not taking advantage of it.
When you see a homeless person, can you look at them? Like, or do you look away? Like, when people are on the corners, and
I'll
they
look
have their
away
signs,
because they're annoying me. The reason
Do you
the
think
signs
that-
annoy me because, and then they just look at you. They're constantly
trying-
looking at you.
To me, those are scammers.
Yes, in
Very
my
much
opinion,
so.
yes. But when you really, when your gut tells you that something is, you want to help that person, you just go out and help. So those are the things that I'm talking about. Like, I'm a nice person. I'm not going to be bitchy to somebody in a drive-through
Yeah.
or whatever. I'm always going to say please and thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need to correct me. But that's opposite of what, you feel a little like you're reprimanded by your partner
Right.
or something,
Yeah.
But yet they can have that behavior.
Yeah. No, and I won't say, if they don't say please or thank you, I don't say anything to them.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think they would have the right to say something to me. Even though I know I'm going to say please and thank you. If I don't, then something seriously is wrong with me.
Yeah.
And I will feel bad later because it's like, oh, I treated that person badly.
Yeah. But I think just in general, people can put us in awkward, embarrassing situations,
Yeah.
So, there's times that you see that I'm walking a lot further away from you, and that's because I'm having an embarrassing moment with you because you're being, you have your dick out of your pants or whatever, so I have to go. But no, yeah.
Yeah.
I kept trying to think of times that I've been like in an awkward situation.
Like, don't. Yeah. And when somebody else is embarrassed.
Oh, I know.
Oh!
This was quite a few years ago. Like at a different job, that somebody was in trouble with, an employee was in trouble or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I got stuck in the middle of the person that was in charge of all of us and the person that was in trouble. That was an awkward.
You were in the middle?
I meant in the middle as far as I couldn't get out of the room.
Were you playing tennis?
I was just like, is this really happening in front of me?
Why are we having
Like,
this
I really just kind of
conversation?
want to go. It was so bizarre and so rude, and I couldn't believe the explosive feelings and the thing that how high in tone it was getting with both of them.
Yeah.
Being they were both disrespectful to each other,
Yeah.
but it was your boss, and I wanted to just get the hell out of that room because I didn't want to be a part of that. Like, I had nothing to do with it.
Right.
But yeah, situations like that was very awkward for me.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't.
That's a tough position to be in.
Yes, it wasn't fair to me to be in it.
Yeah. Yeah. And for them to put you there, they should have never done that.
Never. But that is very awkward. Or if somebody's getting in trouble in front of you, that's awkward as well.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you should have had that conversation
Yeah.
alone.
Don't embarrass people.
Don't degrade people.
Yeah.
But you have, there's just some people that don't have that professional thought that maybe this is a subject we should talk about between each other instead of in front of everybody. But sometimes not you, but just people have to deal with the macho people who think it's okay to storm in and to be disrespectful in front of others and, pointing the finger at one individual. I think that is absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
That's something that went on in the 70s and the 80s. It doesn't go on today. It should not be acceptable at all.
Yeah.
That's an HR nightmare.
And to think, do you think when people like correct other people, or they degrade them, it's a total power trip a flex.
Oh, it is a flex.
Complete.
Are you
like,
kidding me?
like,
Yeah. And they've gotten away with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but that's the thing. When people say, oh, that's just whomever that name is, you know, that's just,
it's not okay.
that's
to treat,
just how he is.
Yeah.
That is so unfair. Even if it was a she, it's still, that's just the way she is. Well, that shouldn't be acceptable. I'm sorry.
What you just said when you were like, that's just the way they are and they handle things.
Mm-hmm. That's not true.
That
is the way they handle things. However, is that the way you want them to represent your company? Because if they're doing it here, they're doing it elsewhere.
Yeah. I'm thinking other situations, not at work or anything.
I'm thinking work. I'm thinking everything. Because no matter who it is, they're going to do it at home, they're going to do it at work, and they're going to do it in public. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's just who they are. And they get that free card.
Yeah. And what do you do? Like, I don't like conflict at all. And when somebody does something like that, like later I'll be like, dude, that wasn't cool. I'm sorry. But I don't always like jump in and defend anybody. Like, do you feel like you have the right to like correct that person? Be like, dude, that was jacked up. Do you say it in front of them? Or do you wait? Because I always seem to wait and be like, to the person that got degraded, I'm like, that should have never happened. I am sorry that happened to you, and I'm sorry it happened in front of me.
Yeah.
And then I would go back to that person sometimes, not always, and be like, what the fuck, dude? Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
That's not cool. And I don't think they realize sometimes they just don't realize what they're doing.
Yeah.
But they would never let that happen to them.
I would take the temperature of if it was any of my business.
Mm-hmm.
It's not to say that I put my tail between my legs and I'd walk away. I might see something to somebody else to say that it wasn't right.
Right.
So they can handle it.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends. But yeah, I don't believe in you know me, I don't believe in bullying, no matter who it is. And if a kid is being bullied, adults can be bullied, and I just don't believe in it, and I'm gonna step up if I see something. I mean, there's a lot of jackasses out there.
Yeah. And it seems like I don't know, when you're around somebody and you get tense because you don't know what's going to come out of their mouth.
That's not right, right?
You're not.
You probably shouldn't be in that environment.
You should not be in that situation.
No.
Yeah.
That's the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
If you feel that way, you're in the wrong crowd.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to go to dinner with this person because I don't know what they're going to say or how they're going to act.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And then you're on point.
You always go with your gut. You always have to go with your gut.
Mm-hmm.
Is it truly worth your time to go through that feeling and not have a comfortable hour or two?
Yeah.
I would say no. I would be out.
Yeah.
I would say no. Thank you, but no, thank you.
I don't like when, like, not so much now, but in the past, like when you're around somebody and you're the butt of their jokes.
Ooh, yes.
Like they'll sit there and they're your friend, but yet they, in a roundabout, degrade you and make fun of you and will make little comments to get a laugh from somebody else at your expense.
Mm-hmm. Not cool.
Not cool.
Yeah. I agree.
Like, yeah, that was funny, but no, you're hurting my feelings right now. But then you're being sensitive.
You still, yeah. I think, people just want to be funny, and they will do everything that they can to get somebody to laugh for them or with them.
Yeah.
And it's not fair to the individual if you're making fun of them.
No. Even
partners. Let's be honest. You always want your partner to be on your side, right? And I'm not saying they should always agree with me. I'm saying that in a situation where your partner is uncomfortable and somebody may be, joking in a manner that your partner doesn't like, your partner should step in and not add to
the fuel to the fire. Yeah.
That is absolutely terrible. when you don't have somebody that has your back.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have your back. They don't have your back somewhere else when you're not there.
Yeah, yeah. And I think about that too. Like if you're the joke, what are they doing when you're not around? Because if they could do that right in front of you and make fun of you, but so what's happening outside? Yeah,
Don't ever put me in an awkward situation.
Yeah, makes you go
Because as you know, even as a friend, I wouldn't. You and I jab at each other all the fucking time. But at the end of the day,
there's a jab, but there's a jab.
We joke with each other because of our experiences. And it's not to say that it's an excuse. It's just funnier than fuck. And then sometimes there's stuff that I feel like you say that is stupid. But that's me being honest. But people may take that wrong as me being a jackass, but I'm not, because...
But that's our friendship.
But
like
Stapleton will say shit to me all the time and joke about stuff that she really shouldn't joke about, like vibrators and shit like that. That makes me very uncomfortable. So I point back, but some of you guys don't ever hear any of that. I mean, it's just like, you know where the secret bag is. Shut up.
Shut up. You know where the toy box is.
Remember when I used to tell you, if anything ever happened to me, you take my phone.
Take my phone. Yeah. Still to this day. And what's crazy is because I would take your phone and I would never look in it.
Right.
I would just be like, okay, I got your phone, you got mine.
Yeah.
Done.
We just have this thing that we can get away with each other. However, if somebody picked on Sherry, I'd be fucking like, yeah, no.
Yeah, that's not, same thing. It's like, it's okay for us to do it, but no, you're not. No,
sorry.
You're in a different category.
Yeah, you're. But I know that there's been times that people say, you're really hard on Stapleton.
Oh.
I'm like, fuck you. No, I'm not.
And if it to the point where if it's something bothered me, because I just laugh, because I'm like, I don't know how many times you said you're dumb last night at dinner, but that's just what we do.
It was about McDonald's. I thought she was dumb. I thought she was like bringing out old 70s news,
You're like, you're dumb, dude. And I'm just like, but that's just how we are. But there's a difference between, and you can tell a difference between us and then somebody else trying to, that's a dig.
Yeah.
And you're not trying to be funny at my expense. You're just it's just our relationship.
Yeah, it's just like
anybody else, it would be like, yeah, you're
leave McDonald's alone. Even though I don't really eat there, it's every once in a great while I'll have chicken nuggets
with a
burger
tooth in them. That's not a
But
bone.
I don't believe in the rumors. So when I feel like something's starting and somebody's starting a rumor that isn't true, I mean, she's kind of like the live AI. So it's important for me not to.
I love conspiracies.
You
and
do.
I love throwing them out there.
You love to start them.
I like it. It's like, if you connect these dots, let's see what Jax thinks about them.
And then I'll look at her and say, dumb. But do the research. Yeah, we have a different relationship, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, awkward moments, that's what we wanted to talk about. Yeah. What kind of awkward moments have you had? I mean, did you piss your pants in accident because you couldn't make it to the restroom? Did
you trip in front of your...
Did you trip?
Yeah. Tripping's funny.
Did you go out on a date and not know that you had, a booger on your nose?
Oh, God.
Or
and then you're like, oh, my God, was that there the whole time? Or I had something in my teeth. Did they see that?
Something in your teeth?
Is that why they were doing this? Because I had something in my teeth?
Right. Yeah. And then when they...
oh, shit.
When they start doing that, then you start doing that. Like,
and then they do it, and you do it more, and it goes back and forth.
Anyways, ramble, here we are. I think we're going to end it on this note, and I hope you all have a great whatever it is that you're doing. And spring is around the corner or is already happened whenever this rolls out. We got the time change. Love it, love it, love it. So, it is all about whatever. right?
Right.
Peace out.
Deuces.
Thank you for watching this week's episode. Theme song and editing by producer Jamie Jazzy Hudson. Podcast created by Jax Stapleton. Visit us at jaxstapletonunfiltered.com or find us on the socials. Follow, like, comment, share, and be kind. Until next time.